Hello, and welcome to another edition of Anjanette Speaks. Woo! We are so excited to have you on today. We are being presented and hosted by Endure Entertainment. We love our network. They are so supportive of us. When you think of Endure Entertainment, think of clean entertainment. When you think of clean entertainment, think of Endure Entertainment. Baby, on today, we got next, y'all. We got next. I got a few of my girls here, and we've been talking about relationships, and we had the guys on. And then I came and did a recap. But tonight we got next, honey. We got next. Yes, we do. And we're going to talk about a host of things. So we're going to bring the ladies on. I'm going to introduce them. These are my friends, my girls, and we're going to talk about a lot of things that are going on in the climate of dating. We're going to talk about submission and what we think about that, and we're going to recap on the show. And any questions you guys may have, please put them down in the chat. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. First, we have the fire starter, baby. Woo! We gotta get some the clap.
Hey, I know, light splashes.
It's the fire starter, baby.
What's going on? My name is Jania Moore, also known as the Fire Starter. My job is to ignite. It's to motivate. It's to help stir up the gifts in others. Look, trust me, I can't even help it. That's just what I do. And I am on Anjanette Speaks. And we're speaking, baby. What's going on?
What's going on? I love when you do that. I had to let you have because I love when you do that. I love it.
Awesome.
So we are welcoming Jania Moore to Endure Entertainment and Anjanette Speak. This is her first time. Y'all give her a round of applause. Let me see you. And then we got Tasha Green. Say the whole thing, baby. Tasha Green is in the building. Hey. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to Anjanette Speaks. I appreciate you guys taking your time out today to talk to me and all of us about things that is important to us and our generation. So, ladies, what did y'all think? Me and Tasha, I think, watched the recap. And Tasha, I just want to bring you in real quick. Just jump on in. We just gonna start talking casual conversation, so we can say anything we want but cuss. That's the only thing we can't do. We clean entertainment. Anyway,
I think I can do that.
all right. So we're talking about what you learned during that time when the brothers was on, and before we got next. What did you learn from that?
For me, I think it really just kind of reiterated some things that I had already kind of been trying to put into practice. Years ago, when I called myself being married, I went to this counselor one time and he was like, people need to learn the SYMS system. And I'm like, what is that? And he was like, that's the shut your mouth system. And that's one of the things that guys were saying, and not from the standpoint of women should just be quiet, shut up, raise the kids, and cook. No, it was a standpoint of let me be heard. Let me be heard. I think a lot of times because we're so emotional, we just got to get all our stuff out. It's like word vomit. And then the men are supposed to be the strong, quiet type, but no, they got feelings too.
Men have feelings too. And that is what I believe we saw there were men that was saying, hey, I'm present in the relationship as well. And I have a voice and I have concerns and I have things that go on with me. And while I want to come to the table and talk to you about every emotional whim that you may have, sometimes it's best that you wait and kind of be quiet, go make a sandwich. That's the going joke, and come back to it later. I think that for me, that was the big takeaway. Because now I always say, let me just shut up and go make a sandwich. Because I can get in my head. I'm an overthinker. I been thought about something you said yesterday. And I'm like, wait a minute. You remember when you said so-and-so such a thing? Yeah, what did you mean by that? at the
Timing is
wrong time.
everything.
Oh, I'm at the wrong time when he watching the game.
Timing
He
is
coming home from
everything.
work, tired. I don't care. I'm trying to get this. I need to understand it right now. And so for me, that was my takeaway. Like, chill out.
Right. You
Yeah.
can't bombard him soon as he walked through the door from work. The man just got off. Let him de-escalate a little bit and breathe and relax. Give him about 30 minutes.
Especially when I got something on my mind. Now,
Good.
when I'm good, we good, right? But if it's something on my mind and I done overthought and I done thought about this all day, and I done discussed it with two of my girlfriends, and we all believe that this is what this was. Oh
So
well, we
you
have
so you just said a key thing though. You overthought. And we do that all the time.
All
We
the
overthink
time.
about the situation. But to the men that's listening, when you know that we have overthought about the situation, don't dismiss us. Oh, you worry about the wrong.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Don't dismiss us. If you clarify the situation, that'll clean up everything and we'll never bring it up again. But if you be
Mhm.
dismissive to my overthinking, then therefore you leaving it up to my imagination to fill in gaps that it don't even need to be.
Right. Because most of the time, what we assume is not necessary. Now, sometimes we on target, right? But
Right.
sometimes it's not what we think.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know, they haven't learned how to, we need to learn how to give each other a safe space. Men haven't learned how to just de-escalate you and be like, you know what, I apologize that you feel that way. I didn't, that is not my intention. Actually,
Right.
this and this, you know what I'm saying, to stop that overthinking. And so
Or even asking us, well, what was you thinking before you
right.
was thinking about
But
this?
even
Oh,
in your overthinking, because a lot of us do it, right?
yes.
It's not to like chastise yourself for overthinking, but make sure that you don't act off of those thoughts. Like kind of pull yourself back and make sure that you actually find out what the situation is first before you start going ham off of those thoughts.
Because I can create a scenario in my mind and stop talking to you.
And that's not even what
Ain't
happened.
got nothing to do with nobody but your imagination. Right, exactly.
Right. And it could be
Yeah.
anything. Like it could be a series of things. I was talking to somebody today and he's like, why'd you stop talking to me? Well, I didn't hear from him at night. So I created a situation where he lives with somebody. What you're not gonna do is play with me.
Right.
So when you get up in the morning, you calling me and you conveniently going to work, da 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 da, you know,
Right.
that's not necessarily nothing at all to do with living with a woman. But that's what it looked like to me. And so I didn't address it. I didn't say, well, what this is what I just kind of was like, that's strange. Okay. That's that. All right. You
He
know what?
must be married. He can't call me after
Yeah.
8:30. I don't see what's going on. No, not even thinking about the fact, okay, this
He's
man
a
got to
single
get up at
father.
4:30 in the morning, so he
Right.
probably sleep.
Gotta be up at 4:30 in the morning. He's a single dad. Right. Oh, yeah, I guess so. And you get up at right. Yeah. My bad. So, yeah, so that's that. You know what I mean? But I can be transparent and say that's I did that. I said this happened today, and I was like, oh, well,
So
okay.
fire starter, one of the things you triggered it in my remembrance when you said, I've already talked to two girlfriends. One of the things that she said on the last show was that um your girlfriends will be all in your ear about your relationship, and as soon as you start taking her advice on it, that's no longer your relationship, that's hers. That stuck with me. Oh, it stuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And
That's good there.
because and I did say that because when you take a woman's advice about your relationship, we don't only thing we know is that little 5 minutes of what you said,
Yeah.
right? And then
And
we
usually
take
it's the negative stuff.
right, it's all the negative stuff, and you like frustrated, and we preface with I'm venting, right? And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But then
Mhm.
if I say, well, you know what, you need to do this, and this, it's like okay, and we trust our friend. But then when we do that, that's not her man. right?
Right.
So the way she deal with her man ain't the way you should deal with your man. That's your man.
Right.
So when
Right.
you start doing what Tasha would do with your man, that's Tasha man. Go and give Tasha her man.
Right. Exactly. Two different entities, especially when you know him intimately.
Right.
Facts.
So therefore, how he maneuvers his life and adjusts himself is two different things. What you found, what I may figure that is disrespectful to me in our dynamic relationship may not be disrespectful to you and how he functions in that relationship. So
Child, we
you
gonna
need to
pass the
once
collection
again
plate.
keep people
Pass
out
it.
your business. Keep about your business.
So here's the thing that I just wrote down. Also, a lot of times when we, and I know I'm being guilty of it too, when we are in a situation where we have overthought and we think it's something that we've been through before,
Yeah.
if we call a girlfriend that is equally afraid, right? That's equally
My
been
mind.
betrayed in that area. Yep,
My mind.
yep. He got a wife. Yep, he cheating. And then we got somebody to co-sign our overthinking. So when we
Yeah.
collaborate, when I call somebody, I think we should vent to someone that can understand, right? But that doesn't speak to us out of their own fear.
So I was just thinking about that too, because I have a friend that never talked to me about her husband. All I know about him is that they've been married ever since they came out of high school. Literally, I know nothing about him, how he do, when she mad at him, whatever, whatever, whatever. She does not have those conversations with me. Now that doesn't mean we not cool like that. Like cool like that is just how she handles her marriage. That she doesn't involve people in her marriage. So we go to this key point. Who do you run to when you need to vent? You need to find a counselor, a marriage counselor that you trust, and you give those secrets and conversations to. Not to someone necessarily that's single and never been through it, not even people that has been through it that's still broken and not whole and can't give you sound advice. So if
That's
you
the
want to
word.
savor your marriage, for one, you communicate with each other in your relationship, but you also take it to somebody that actually can give you sound advice.
That's the word. The word is sound advice,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm not against talking to your homegirls about your relationship at all. I think you don't talk to the ones that are not sound. That'll
Correct.
be like, girl, what you need is another dude. Like
Right.
my heart is broken. The last thing I need is to get with somebody else, right?
Right.
You
And
need
then
some
it has to be somebody who can remain neutral in the situation too.
right,
And they
right,
can look at it
Absolutely.
from all angles versus just taking your side. That's
right.
one
Absolutely.
thing that I think I've learned over the last, I don't know, 2, 3 years. Do not be so quick to take somebody's side. You
Yes.
don't know the situation. There's three sides to every story: his, hers, and the truth. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like, you think people think just because they know somebody that what they're saying has to be facts. Hell, the people you know lie too.
They do.
Or they don't tell how they're acting in the situation,
Right.
just
They
the
don't tell what.
emotions. They don't tell the things that led up to all these issues. They don't talk
Right.
about none of those things.
Right.
Just
They only
he
give
did, he
half
did, he did,
truths.
he did, he did, he did, he did, and you didn't do nothing.
Right.
Nothing. And when you are in that one is it sounds like you're being a victim, right? And it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't sound like you're coming from a place of power when you are talking to these people because I know people that call 5 people and tell them the same story.
Baby,
And it
yes.
gets a little
Because
juicy.
they're trying to get, like you
They
said,
want
power,
the
but
answer they want.
energy. They trying to get everybody on their bandwagon, and now you're talking about the victimization syndrome, right? I love this conversation right now because I know some women is looking at it and like, dang, why are they bashing women? No, we checking ourselves first.
Because men say that we don't hold ourselves accountable and they
Exactly.
have to see women. I don't care if it's 3 of us. They
Right.
Yeah.
say they make all these posts and all these TikToks. Women never say they wrong. Women never
Yeah.
say they
That's
they
the key
self
thing. There you
accountable.
go.
Women never.
Yeah.
We holding
Yeah.
ourselves accountable for the things that
Right.
we have done, even if it's 3 of us. And the
Yes.
women that are on the live that are making the comments, We got to check ourselves because we are not always right in relationships.
That's
Sometimes we
Right.
right.
are, and sometimes we are victims, but sometimes
Right.
we're not. We're not. We have done things, we've cheated, we've lied, we've done everything that they've done and more. You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
think it's time for us to come to an understanding. So let me switch gears a little bit. We're going to go in and just like, a little bit deeper. What do y'all think about submission, the word submission? What does that look like? And what are we submitting to?
You look
So
like
for
you
me,
want to go ahead.
no, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you look like you was ready to talk. I'll talk after.
No, like to me, the fact that this is even a topic is funny to me because for so many years, I've had this discussion with women who immediately, you even halfway get the word out your mouth and they flying out there, I ain't submitting to nobody, or this, and that. But I'm like, do you know what submission means? Do you know what it means? It does not mean that you're gonna sit back with your hands folded in your lap and this man is gonna make every single decision for your life. He's gonna speak for you, he's gonna order for you, he's gonna think for you, and you just sit back and shut up and you just don't say nothing. You play the little church mouse. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Like you and the person, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that a lot of us don't have good examples of that. We don't have good examples of marriage from
Mm-mm.
jump. We don't have good examples of marriage, and that's not everybody, but a lot of people do not have good examples of what marriage is. Um, like this is supposed to be like the coach and the star player on the team,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all are gonna come together to see what the next best play is. And,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and he's only going to put you in that game if he feels like you have the ability to carry out the play. Period. Y'all are going to discuss it. He's going to take your expertise because you're the one that's actually playing the game. And he's
Mm-hmm.
going to give his expertise because he's the coach. Like it's
Mhm.
the coach and the star player, not.
That's a good analogy.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Go
that,
ahead, Jania.
For me, I love it. Okay. I love that word. That word makes me excited. It gets me happy and all jittery. You know what I'm saying? Because I
not
know y'all don't
jittery.
hear, I know y'all ladies looking at me strange, but some of these men are happy I'm saying it. Listen, we got to get excited about being submissive because when I think of that word, I think about my king. I think about the strong one. I think about that man that's wise in his day. I think about that one that has me at his best interest at heart. He has me in the forefront. He's always thinking about ways to improve our livelihood. See, I'm talking about my king when I'm going to submit. I'm talking about that one that has been sacrificing himself to wait until I come to his light. I'm talking about the one that don't matter if you and any other woman in the room, that man has still got me on his mind and in his being and everything that about him. It just produces. And I'm the one that manifests every idea that he has.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely, I'm going to submit to him. I'm
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about my king that's going to lead me, guide me on this path of righteousness in our prosperity. That's who I'm talking about. See, I'm not talking about the dudes that used to sleep on my couch and I used to pay all the bills for
You better
to
preach.
that no more. I'm not talking to, I feel it is coming on, okay? I'm not talking about the dude that used to beat me and stuff. I'm not talking about that one. I'm not even talking about my baby daddy that left me with these kids and won't pay for nothing. You understand? Or even their last name. I'm not talking about the men came through and then I found out you with you and her and them. I'm not talking about those men. So you got it misconstrued when you're talking about the word submissive. You should be excited because that man is carrying you. He's carrying the family. He's carrying everything. And all you have to do is rub his feet. All you have to do is run his bath water. All you got to do is rub his back and his head and tell him, baby, we good. However you figure this thing out, we going to be good. See, that's the type of submission I'm talking about, baby. Listen,
And listen,
I get
just
excited.
hearing you is get me excited because I'm
Right.
like,
Listen, because he
let's
out
hear
here.
it. That's
And
what I
we
need
got
to
to
be
start
looking for.
adjusting ourselves as women for our kings. Because you already talk about, I know you're going to get into about marriage. I want to be wedded. You understand what I'm saying? I want to be married in a household that we're building together. But in order for us to build, I'm not finna put the bricks together. I'm sitting here writing a vision. He gonna
Right,
be probably putting it together. You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
He
And
might
see,
even have
and
more
here's the thing.
finances than me.
And he may not know how to put the vision together, but he entrusts you to make it happen.
You
And
the
what I mean,
teammate.
he's the teammate. He's the leader. He says, I got this
Yeah.
idea. And
What
I
you got,
I
baby?
think this is going right. What you want to do? I think
What's
this is
that?
going to, I've been thinking about this, but I can't put it on paper. Guess what?
Cool.
I'm finna
Cool.
grab my
I got a
paper.
whole business degree. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
What you want to do? I can tell you how to get your
I
LLC.
think
I can put that down. I can get your bank account. What we gonna do?
what we gonna do. And I think when a man has a woman that pushes him to greatness,
Mm, talk about
that
that.
is submission. When you can hook into his vision.
Yes.
And submission, in my opinion, submission goes both ways because
Yes.
he has to be able to pour into you and you have to be able to pour into him.
Absolutely.
And therein lies the reason why Black women won't submit because we won't pick nobody that
Well,
we
I think
can
part of it
submit
is
to.
too that like people, we are as people are bad about leading with our negative experiences.
Right.
You already going into this thing thinking that, oh, this isn't gonna work. I don't want to be submit. I can't be submissive to a man. Well, I mean, well, you don't know yet. If you're not
Right.
giving him an opportunity to even show you who he is and what he can do, you already put in your head that this man is going to be this way because of your previous experiences. You can't do that.
And then why would we date? I always like, why are we dating men that we can't submit to? I told my friend this
Woo.
earlier. That's a
Talk
thing.
about it. Talk about it.
We do that. We date at the level of our self-esteem. So we dating these men. I
Oh,
know,
we.
baby. Yeah, I know. So
Oh,
you
we.
dating at the level of your self-esteem. You dating these men that don't have goals, don't have leadership skills, can't provide
My,
for
my,
you,
my.
can't do nothing. But we don't feel like we worthy of having a person that is, worthy, a mindset that is stable, that's this, that, because we may not be there yet. But I know way too many women that don't have great credit scores, that have kids
My,
before they
my.
marry this man, that's got
Yeah.
everything, and that is walking in their femininity, and men are snatching them up. So something ain't right. It's something in submission, right? It's something
Yeah.
in, and then it's also something that we need to again take accountability for. We are not dating men that we feel we should submit to.
So
We are
let's go back. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. So let's go back to one key word that you said was the femininity.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Can't even spell that word. People don't even talk about that word. This is foreign, right? And we have too many boss bees out here. Okay, boss women out here that want to run everything. You can run everything. You can have the business. You can have your employees. You can write your checks and your invoices. Ain't nobody said that you can't do those things. But stop trying to run your household and your husband and your man, a grown man, like you running your children and your business and your employees. Like, stop it.
You are
if
on the
you
path
think
I was
he's
getting
your
ready to go
son,
down.
if you think he's your son, or if you're mothering him and you're nurturing him, you're not going to
Mm-mm,
respect him.
mm-mm, no.
Therefore, you're not going to submit to him.
Mm-mm,
Therefore, there's a battle of the power struggle right there. He's
correct.
struggling, you emasculating him, he's dehumanizing you, he's
Right.
making you feel like you the man because you got to do everything. He's the woman. It's a whole big
Yeah.
gamut. We have got to start picking. The brother Ronald Landry, he said everything starts and begin with a woman. That was everything starts and end with you. So if you picking us, it's because you picked us, because we can't go nowhere you didn't ask us to go. We can't be in your life if you didn't let us. It's all
Oh,
on
yeah.
you. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? Absolutely.
It's
And so,
almost, oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
It's almost as if as women add accolades, and you got this laundry list of accolades and accomplishments and achievements and whatever. It's like you add one and your swag get a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? And then you start taking on that masculine energy because it's like, I know I'm that. You know what I mean? But all your accolades mean nothing
Nothing.
when it comes to your relationship. It means
Nothing.
absolutely nothing.
Has nothing to
Oh,
do.
okay. So you're talking about identity issues.
Yes.
She want to walk and stomp in her big black boots because she got 5 degrees and make 250,000 a year and whatever. And I don't know why it's an instant thing that, well, I got to take care of him. Well, you don't know what he can do.
And
You
if
didn't
we
give him an
take that,
opportunity.
right, and if we take that from him, that option to take care of us, a lot of times I've heard men say, "She don't need me." She let me know
Because
all
she
the
has
time she
said
don't need me.
several times that she don't. And
She
then
done
we
let me know
don't
all the time she
allow,
don't need me.
yeah, we don't allow a man to be a man. Men will allow you to do ... Okay. He gonna allow you to do. If you continue to say, well, I'm just gonna do it. I gotta get it. Papa. Okay,
Baby,
sweetie.
that trash gonna overflow till it's I don't care. You gonna take that trash
Real
and whatever
talk.
else. Listen, I don't feel the need to go change no lights, no none of that, none of that. I feel like man stuff that my man should do. I
Yeah.
feel no impression to do. I will mop around the trash.
I had a whole situation where I was in a struggle because somebody said they were going to do something for me, right? And I went and got everything that they needed to do it. And I was fighting the urge to go do it myself.
Because the
It was
trust.
killing me on the inside to not go and just do it myself.
Yep.
But I sat
Because
there and I fought it because I'm like, I have got to let a man be a man.
Yeah.
And that is what happens when we have been single mothers. We have
Man.
been forced in these relationships where we have been the provider, the dynamic partner, and we have not been able to have a man that wanted to be a man to step up to do those things. And they allowed us to because we're
Mhm.
caregivers. They allowed us to do that. When you
Right.
have a real man, he's like, nah, baby, you
Right.
don't do that. No.
So I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question that some man just said. Yes, us single women want men. Okay. We do absolutely want a man. Don't think that we want to be single forever or we just independent. I hate that word. I'm not an independent
I'm
woman.
not, I'm
Although I've been a
interdependent.
single, I am so codependent. Listen, I we want men. Okay, so kill that notion that a mother that has been a single mother, single parent for all their children lives don't want nobody or cannot have a man because they're so used to being independent. No, make some of these decisions. Pay all these bills if you want to. Listen, definitely pump my gas because I don't like to do that. And my kids is almost grown and they almost out this house and somebody got to come pump this gas.
It's insulting if a man is with me and he don't pump my gas. That's
Man,
insulting.
listen, it's so
That's
disrespectful.
just
I'm
so
like,
disrespectful.
I can't even roll with you no more.
I don't want a
If
man
I
that
gotta pump my gas now, I'm gonna side eye you if I gotta go pay for it. But if I gotta pump my own gas and you in this car, you don't hop up and get up and be at this pump back before man, listen, I'm about to drop you off where I found you. Listen, no, that's so I
hey be like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go, okay?
can't. Have a nice day.
Have a nice night. Cause I'm in my femininity and I'm not about to tell you about yourself right now.
Right, exactly. That
Because
part.
I think if we access the feminine side of us, we can boss up all day outside, 9 to 5, 9 to 7.
Lovely.
Boss up
Beautiful.
with your friends. Go, me and Tasha and them go and plan stuff and talk about stuff all day. Let's go talk about stuff. Let's go network. Let's be bosses. When we get home, we are soft and submissive
And want to
and
purr like a
loving
kitten. Come
and
on.
purr like a kitten, baby. Because
I
then
just
they
blinked
like,
at you.
I want men to say, you know what? Like, y'all got them problems. She don't do that with me. Your wife make that much money. I bet she over there. No, that's
No,
my character, bruh.
Listen,
He takes off all them little acclimates, all them little titles, and sat there at the door at the mailbox. They don't even come to the driveway.
for real
She
talk.
purring. She here to
Yeah,
serve me. And if we get back to
absolutely.
that, we so scared of it. But we get back to that, I promise you, the dynamics will change.
Because
Absolutely.
when you give him that soft side of you, girl, you just don't understand what you'll get out of him. Like, it's like,
Ooh,
oh my God, look at this.
ooh.
She's doing what? Oh my God, let me start, let me, and then you sitting there like, oh, thank you.
Because a man wants his home to be the breath of his being. He don't want to walk through the door and the air is thick and he can't breathe in his own home. He
Girl.
wants to be able to inhale, exhale, to embrace whatever emotions he's dealing with, the people that he's dealing with outside of that home, that he does not have to deal with those things at home. Women, I hope y'all listening, because even the Bible says it is better for a man to live on the top of the roof
Baby,
than in the house of the woman scorn.
That's what
Or
it
whatever,
say.
however that was.
nagging. He said
Nagging. Heifer.
a nagging
Okay.
woman is like a dripping faucet. Now, how much is Pete? How much do a dripping faucet get on your nerve?
A
He said
dripping
it's
faucet,
better to dwell on the
the
rooftop.
battery beeping in the fire, the smoke
Right. Smoke
detector.
alarm.
Child.
All that.
All
All
that.
that. Because you want your way how you want it, but you're not willing to sacrifice a just comfort. You're not willing to do anything to make the home a home. No,
Right.
they'd rather sleep in their car to be in the house with you.
Right.
I'm just
The
saying.
And
other
I
thing,
think for me, what needs to happen is that we all have to take a step back
Uh-huh.
and be introspective and say to ourselves, what am I doing wrong and how can I fix it?
I was gonna say, so prior to the engagement that everybody knew about,
Oh
prior to
yeah.
that, I had not been in a relationship for 7 years. And part of that was because I had to ask myself, like at the end of the day, yes, did I have an ex-husband that was abusive? I did. And did I have all these other things that went on? I did. But I can't sit and play victim the entire time and start blaming everybody else for my issues. I had to sit and ask myself, what is it about me that's attracting this type of person? At the end of the day, the common denominator in all these relationships is me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
I
what
accidentally
is it
muted you. I'm
about
so sorry.
me that's attracting this type of person? So
Right.
that means I need to sit down
Right.
and I need to like learn me, love on me, heal me, so
Mm-hmm.
that I don't get into this type of situation again.
Right.
Correct.
So that's where I'm at right there. So after my breakup and stuff in between, like I realized that a lot of them were the same person, different social security numbers. And I was dealing with the same entity, right? The way I felt, the way we communicated with each other, all of that was the same entity. And I just felt like I needed to do something different, which is the reason why I sat down. Because the common denominator with all these men is me. And I found all of these people attractive at some point. So I needed to do that work. And that's where I'm at. Where
And I
I need
know, like right now, there's probably a woman that's out there and like, well, you don't know what he did to me. Oh, he knocked my front tooth out. He did this and he did that. And that's, we're not discrediting what you went through. You went through it. And at this point, it's done. Now you do what you need to do to heal from it. And when you're healed, you'll look at that thing totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
right.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little echo, y'all. Hold on, let me see something. What I had to do with the last group is mute somebody's mic if they weren't talking. So because I got a little bit of echo here. I'm gonna try it again. When Tasha was talking, yeah, I can hear. That's good. All right. So, in talking about speaking in reference to submission, hopefully a woman and a man out there really appreciated what we brought to the table as far as submission, who we submit to. So Jania broke it down about how we need to feel. Now, ladies, I want to talk about how a man can create, yeah, something going on, how a man can create a safe space for us. And so, who wants to take that on? What a safe space looks like for you? Let me pick. Let me just go with Tasha. Unmute yourself. I think you gotta, yeah.
So, a safe space for me is being able to, I just want to be able to be myself, wholeheartedly, 100% be myself. I don't want my kindness taken for weakness. And it needs to be a situation where I know that I can be vulnerable and that vulnerability isn't going to be used against me later in another situation. For me, I've always said, you can't say that you love me and talk to me any kind of way. You can't say that you love me and just blatantly disrespect me. You can't say that you love me and we can't even hold a basic conversation with each other. I like, if we're in a relationship or we're married, whatever the case may be, you should be my go-to before anybody else. There's no reason why I should have to run to my friends with my problems, because you should be my go-to. And not saying that I'm just gonna lay all my burdens on you or whatever the case may be. Like, but I should be able to talk to you and we should be able to come to a solution with that thing together. We should be able to come to a solution together. And even when there's disagreements, it does not require all the yelling and screaming and raising your voice or whatever. Just like I'm talking to y'all, I should be able to express what I'm going through. A conversation goes two ways. I'm going to express what I'm going through, and then you'll have an opportunity to talk, and I'm going to sit and listen while you're talking. And then hopefully together we can come to a resolution for whatever the issue is. Like, I feel like I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. You don't allow anybody, if I keep using sports references, I love football, whatever, but like, if you see somebody barreling towards the cheerleader, this a big old 300-pound dude, then what I'm hoping you're gonna do is at least try to jump in front of him and block him so I don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, protect me and I'm gonna protect you. It's a two-way thing. You cut for me, I cut for you. And if we go hard for each other, can't nobody break this. Nobody. And to me, that's the way it should be. I don't understand why it's so hard. I don't.
I agree. I agree. Hold on. Come on, Jania, take this.
That's a good question. For me, the first thing is I need to feel safe. I have to feel safe and I have to feel protected. And comfortable with you. And even in my nakedness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about having clothes off. I'm just saying exposing myself to you. And it has to be a safe place that I can be vulnerable, that I can tell you my flaws. And like she said, and it's not thrown in my face, that I don't my I'm not uncomfortable with you. And also too, don't raise your voice. I think most women that never want to be back in an abusive relationship don't need none of those things no more, because you don't have to raise your voice with me. You might have to tell me twice, but you don't have to raise your voice. I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust myself, and I'm gonna move forward. So know even in your masculinity, because that excites me and that makes me very comfortable. But you don't have to be so aggressive with me that makes me feel unsafe in your presence, because I want to know that all that aggressiveness gonna be for them people out them streets. But you're gonna be soft with me, but at the same time, masculinity is just everything.
I think for me, when creating a space, a safe place for me, I think I need a man that'll let me express my thoughts, my concerns, um, my heart, my dreams, and like y'all said, we all want somebody that's not gonna put it in our face or get mad and, oh, that's why so and so. And I think for me, that's why I'm so cautious about sharing things with somebody. Vulnerability is a struggle for me. And if I could find a place to be vulnerable and safe, I don't know, the level of submission is undiscovered. Okay. But however desired, because if we feel safe as women, you don't know what you'll get when you are safe with her. Okay, when you are safe, when you are making her feel secure in who she is. I think Tasha was sharing something when we were talking on the phone or something. And when a guy or yourself, your guy, you're dating somebody and you're insecure about something, but that insecurity he embraces, it just brings a level of comfortability to the relationship. Like, oh, he likes this about me. Like my pinky toe is black and he don't care. He'll put some red polish on it and keep moving. You know what I mean? Just something that we women are insecure about anything. Our earlobes are too big, whatever. And men have their insecurities too. But I think when you are a mate and you can embrace that, I think that is when you can feel like your person and you found your person, when you can just do that vibing that they talk about. When it's just your everything that you are, my crazy, my funny, my everything is embraced in that one person and he can handle it. That is when I think I'll feel safe.
That's
Um,
good.
all right, y'all. So we have been talking for almost an hour. Jesus. So we
Can I
didn't even get
add
into
one
the
thing
big stuff.
before if you're gonna wrap it up real? Can I add one thing?
Yeah, add one
To
thing. I was
not
just about to
do.
ask y'all to add one thing.
Okay, cool. One thing that I'm telling men and women not to do is throw the exes or another woman, man in that person's face. That's the
Mm,
worst thing you can do in a relationship is compare and contrast somebody else with whoever you're with. Stop doing it. Whoever's doing it. Stop.
was you feeling that in the spirit?
Yes.
Tasha, unmute yourself. You feeling that in the spirit?
Me?
Somebody's doing that. No, Jania.
Oh,
She was feeling that in the spirit. She was like, "Stop doing that." She feeling that thing. So, Tasha, takeaway. What's your takeaway on today? I think we got next too. What y'all think?
yes. No, because we were talking about don't raise your voice at me, don't yell at me, women. You can't yell at them either. You can't raise your voice at them either. You can have a conversation without yelling. Use your inside voice. You get more flies with honey than vinegar.
All
Use your
right,
inside voice. If you feel like in that moment that you can't like go in without rah-rah, then you need to leave and take a moment. Go to the store, go to the mall, go do something real
I
quick.
agree.
Go back and revisit that thing when you feel like you can be calm in your spirit.
I agree.
You can't act a fool with them either. You can't walk up to him and mush him in his forehead, because if he backhands you, not saying that I'm promoting that in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but just like you have reactions to things, so do they. So
Keep your hands to yourself,
keep
ladies.
your hands to yourself, and you don't have to yell either. Like, yes, we live on this, women, we're emotional creatures and whatever, and that's all fine and good. Like, everybody has insecurities. It's how you handle the insecurity that makes a difference. Everybody got issues with something. There's something that triggers them. It's how you handle it that makes the difference. Like,
Yeah,
you cannot just fly off the handle. Like, you don't you treat people the way you want to be treated. And if being choked and slapped and whatever and hit upside your head is love to you, then baby, you need to go to Laurel Ridge and you might want to visit with somebody. Hey, go. There's plenty of behavioral health counseling out there, because that is not how love works. Like
It isn't.
sondermind.com can help you.
Hello. Listen, let me, Jania, unmute yourself. Let me say this, because I want to speak to those like me that grew up in abuse, that it was normal. Um, uh, it is something that you have to grow out of.
Mm-hmm.
When you used to being hitting, seeing, violence,
Mm-hmm.
um, when you're used to that, then that becomes a thing where you think that that's normal, but it's not. Yelling, screaming, cussing, emasculating a man, calling them B's and H's and all of that. When we grow, I'm speaking to those in my tribe that grew up like that. Okay, that's hard to come out of, but I will tell you that you can come out of it. That is something that you got to practice. You might even have to call your girl and be like, "This, bleep, bleep, bleep." But when you talking to him, it's a matter of remaining respectful. And if you cannot respect him, I'll say it again a million times. If you cannot respect him, give him to somebody that can, because
Hmm.
nobody deserves to be disrespected. Women, you don't deserve to be disrespected. We'll talk about abuse when I can. I can't right now, so we not. Uh, but I'm just saying, for those of us that grew up like that, you do not haul off and knock and hit somebody. Keep your hands to yourself, both ways, because being with someone coming from in a relationship where we both were abused when we was little, that is a norm,
Yeah.
and that is not cool. Somebody will get hurt in that situation.
I say it all the time that people bond over dysfunction.
Hmm.
There are people who bond over dysfunction, and two
Hmm.
dysfunctional people who have not made the choice to heal. And even if one person goes to heal and the other doesn't, it still just doesn't work. It doesn't add up. It just does not add up.
Oh, this has been a We Got Next. Anjanette Speaks. Yes, I love it. Didn't you guys love this conversation? Wasn't this great?
It was very good.
Amazing.
I'm
I
very
think it was
excited.
very informative. Ladies, I hope y'all not mad at us, but we're going to take accountability in 2022 because we getting married. Black women need to be on the map. We are the most educated, the most successful women, and we
I'm
single,
available.
unavailable.
I'm available, is what I said. It says,
I'm just,
let your request be made known
hey,
in front of men.
Oh
listen,
no, hallelujah.
brother, she ready
I'm
to
just saying.
submit. You hear me? Come with your A game, okay?
Amen.
Listen, so let me tell you guys about my friends, because I didn't do an introduction on purpose because I wanted to end with them. These are my girls. Probably the one that you always see me with is Tasha, because she's kind of my person. And then the fire starter is like my secret weapon when I'm real. She kept me going through a lot of hard stuff. The fire starter just walk in my house. She just rude. Okay. She just rude. Walk in my house starting fires is what she did. Listen, these are my girls. You can find Jania Moore. She is on Facebook as Jania Moore. She is Saved Over Success is one of her businesses. Also, we have more supplements. Um, and so you can find it at morehs.com. That is more supplements. Listen, I get my sea moss from there. She makes it herself. And then we have Saved Over Successes. So it's a bunch of things. But one thing she has been doing is we had our first women in business networking event. So if you are in the San Antonio area, Houston area, Austin area, San Marcos, New Braunfels, Texas, I know y'all, we nationwide, honey. We all over in Germany. So, but if you in Texas, She will be coming to your city soon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you want to contact her, you can contact her at Jania Moore and on Facebook. And then we have Tasha Green. She is my friend of 21 years. Whoop, whoop. She is a graphic designer, y'all. And so we can find her on Facebook at Manifest Media 210. She can take your pictures, video your wedding, baby. She can
Mhm.
design you a logo, make you some flyers, all in one, honey. All in one.
And I'm gonna publicly apologize to Jania for not making her event, but I'm also in school, y'all.
She's
Pray
in
for me.
school,
Pray
y'all.
for me. It's the last 6 months and I'm struggling.
You
Well,
got it. You got
you
it.
got it. You
You
got
got
it.
it.
You got it. You
It's
got it.
already done. You just got to get
You
there.
got to do it. You got to do it because then you got to encourage me to do it. So you got to do it.
Facts.
You got to do it. You got to do it. So listen, at Manifest Media 210, she can be found also Tasha Green. Say the whole thing. That is the actual page, isn't it?
It's my Instagram.
IG, come on, IG. So IG is Tasha Green. Say the whole thing. If you need flyers, if you need logos, anything for your business, she got you. We got
But
morehs.com.
wait, give me a couple of weeks before you start requesting. I'm trying to catch up.
She busy. Listen, she might be hiring some little side people, so y'all might want to hit her up
That
because
is
that business
facts.
is booming. Listen, that business is booming. And then last but not least, come on, y'all, check me out. Go ahead and go to Anjanette Speaks on the YouTube channel. I am with Endure Entertainment. So go over there and like and subscribe to you Endure Entertainment's YouTube channel. Endure Entertainment has graciously accepted my fire and all my vigor and all of my content that's nothing like nobody else on the platform. I'm talking about intraracial issues that plague our community and coming to a solution as long as it's solution driven and inspiring. So thank you, Endure Entertainment, for hosting Anjanette Speaks. We sure appreciate it. Y'all go like and subscribe Anjanette Speaks YouTube channel. I have about 300 and something people on there now. I want to get to 1,000 before August. Y'all help me out. Come on. Y'all help me out. This has been an edition of Anjanette Speaks. Do y'all have anything you want to say at the end of this? And then we can go out.
Last thing is learn how to love yourself and love your man. That's it.
I just want to say I'm proud of both of y'all. There's just between the three of us, there's a lot of experience and education just in this little realm right here. Just in this right here. It's a lot of experience, a wealth of knowledge, a lot of wisdom.
I totally agree with that. Thank you guys for watching Anjanette Speaks. The real, the raw, and the inspiring. Y'all have an amazing afternoon. We got next. Part 2. Y'all look forward. Bye.